What's up guys, Fluky here, and today I'm making a quick tutorial. I got asked by one of my mates to do a tutorial on how to make 3D text in Photoshop, and I couldn't help but oblige. So the way I start off is I normally always do it in a separate Photoshop thing, so I can get it nice and big and make sure everything's right. And normally I'll do that in scales of screen, so I'll do 1920 by 1080, just so I kind of have an idea. And I start off by choosing a font. Depending on what style I want to do, I choose the font. If I'm doing sort of I know an 80s sort of style like I sometimes do, I kind of sometimes use a font called No, I can't even fucking find it. There it is, Fortnite. And for the use of the tutorial, I'm just going to do the, because it's nice and short and it works. So to start off, there's several things you can do, and there's different ways you can make the text 3D. So you can do stuff like spheralize. I don't even know what it's called. What it's called? Spherize, like that. So if you but the problem with this is sometimes it doesn't do it right, and that's why when I do it, I like to go into liquify. And what you can do in liquify is click this one here, which basically makes it bigger from the center, or it's called the bloat tool, as it's called here. So I'll make it nice and big. I'm gonna make it 700. Is that big enough? Yeah, why not? And then just click on it like that. Sometimes I have to go a little bit around the edges like that. And so what you do is when you make the other one smaller, it makes it look 3D. Because if you just have the one behind it, it just won't look right. So you can either do it like that. That's one way to do it. Or another way to do it is make sure you make it so it's not a text layer anymore. Let's do that. And then what I like to do is drag some lines in here like this, just so I can level up nice. Like that. And like that. And then I get I'll try and get a similar distance on each side. So I'll get about that far on that side and get about that far on that side. Then I just Control T and then drag each corner like that. And that's how you make it so it looks like it's like laid back, if that makes sense. You can also do it so it's kind of like sideways, I guess. I've messed around with it quite a bit. So yeah, that's why you do that. And then what you do is press Control J and then drag it down however much you want. What I like to also do is make the top layer a different color. So normally I'll go into a solid color. Say I'll do red. Normally I do blue, just because blue is my favorite color. And I'll do that. And then next, it's the tricky bit. You always see people doing this in speed arts, and that's grabbing the pen tool and joining up each corner. I do it really simply. Some people do all corners at the same time. I tend to do each corner by each corner. So you do like that, and then right click, go to fill, and go to black, and then delete the path. And then you do this all the way around. What's key on this is making sure you know what each layer is. I know that sounds stupid, but when it comes to doing the outlines and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you've got the right layer style on the right thing. And yeah, so I'll just do, come on, not looking very professional, is it? So yeah, I might just do the one. I keep getting it wrong, oh my god. Yeah, you got to make sure it's perfect, because when you do make the outline, because you'll see how I'll do it later, but if you do it not right, then it can mess up the effect. And you got to make sure you do each corner, otherwise it won't look 3D. So you just got to make sure you do all these things perfectly. Is there much to do on this? Yeah. Like that. Just make sure you hook up each corner. Sometimes you'll notice that the corner you have to link it up to is underneath the layer. And it's really easy, you just get rid of the top layer by hiding it. Like that. Just fill it. And then last one. See, look, this is exactly what I mean. So you will have to... Actually, I've gone over the layer, so that's just unlucky. So sometimes if you can't do that, you just do a raw thumb. Just go straight down like that. Normally, if you do it like this, you can just go straight down. So if you do like the sheer version, so take the two corners out, you can just go straight down, and normally that's about right. I haven't done these ones because sometimes they're too close to call. What you can do is just do something like that, and just cut off, make a selection like that, and just cut off like that. because it's not going to make a difference because you're going to have an outline anyway, and the outline is going to be as thick as the black bit, so it actually doesn't make a difference really. So I'm just going to use an eraser, make it nice and hard. That's what she said, and just whack, get rid of that on the outside. Like so. Right, so next we have to do the outline. I normally do a white outline, but also in previous styles I've done several outlines. So what I'll do on this one is I'll do several outlines. So what you want to do is you want to have an outline around here, like around both the black and the red. And a way to do this is make sure that the black isn't, because if you look at the black at the moment, it's like that. And you don't want an outline around that, do you? So what you do is you control click on the like preview in there, and you press delete. And if you look at the black layer now, it's like that. So now you can do it properly, and you can make sure the outline's around both. And you may see some small white lines here, but at the end of the day you're going to be putting a line over that anyway. So what you want to do is make one layer over the top, click in the preview like that, right click and go to stroke. And normally I do the top one as 3, so that's the one around the top on the red, and then I do the one below, and I'm going to do that on 2. And also on specific fonts, if you look at this one, there's only one example on this one, but if you see there's a corner here, and there should be a line there. So you just grab the pen tool, go on there, and go down to that. And what I normally do is I make sure it's the same as the bottom one. So I'm going to have to make this 2, make sure it's 100%, and to stroke, and do that. You don't want to simulate pressure. I don't know why I want to simulate pressure. So just do that, and there you go, and you have your line connecting up those. That's just a start. Also, what I'd sometimes do is to make sure I can actually see it, I'll put a little bit of a coloured background on it. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a black blob, because if you have a white outline and the background's white, you're not going to see it properly. So it doesn't actually matter how much. Normally I lower the opacity just so you can't really see it in the speed up, but now you can actually see the white outline. That's kind of basically how you do it, but if you want, you can do stuff like what I tend to do is put a nice gradient on this layer, so you can do something, I don't know, I don't actually know what, just I'm gonna whack it like that on, I don't know, that did nothing, okay. And then also if you do the outline, make sure that's got drop shadow on it, so that looks quite cool. Do some outer glow, maybe put it on overlay, it looks right. Sometimes it doesn't work on overlay, sometimes it does, different colours work. And yeah, and also you can just mess around with colours on both the top and the bottom layer, because either of them work quite well. That's kind of really basic text. I don't know if there's much more you want to do. Make sure you experiment with different ways of putting it behind, because you can just make straight on text, you don't have to shear it at all, so you can just have it face on, you can make it facing down, you can make it facing to the side, so you have maybe 2 on each side, and then one's facing out, one's facing, you know, both ways. Yeah, so just mess around with this. This has just been a quick tutorial. If you want more advanced on this, on stuff like layer styles I'll use after this, just make sure you leave a comment. And yeah, I'm just going to make sure, one thing you do, add bevel on that, whatever it's called, bevel, and then boss, because that always looks boss, you know. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I've been Fluky, and this has been how to make some nice 3D text in Photoshop. Bye!